This is Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Secrets and dope and music and reactions. Liquor and Wolves. I said liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Secrets and dope and a German talking bullshit. Liquor and wolves. Fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ouch. Boys and girls from all over the world. How are we doing tonight? This is Liquor and Wolves. I'm Rob, and you guys are great for being here. Thank you very much. All right. Different a little bit everything today. So the video I'm about to do is something. The reason for it, or for my doing this reaction to it, is there is many of reasons for it, and let me try and take you through this idea, because you've seen the description and the thumbnail of it. I haven't actually created it yet, of course. How can I? Because I'm doing it right now. But I have this thought in mind of how to present this and what to do with the content, the music video I'm about to do, and how to put it in a context with what's been said, as opposed to clickbait, he's using Ren's name. No. So here's the backstory to this. Of course, 3 days ago, I did my first reaction and first exposure to Ren and his song Suicide. And if you haven't, and if this is completely new to you, of course, go and watch the original. And to get a better idea of what I'm getting at, if you want to, you are invited to also watch my reaction to it, because in it, I'm trying to kind of be on at Ren's side in terms of trying to explain why I personally think there is no, at least for us and the knowledge we have of what happened, there's no indication for him that he should have to blame himself, or that he should need to have like second guessing thoughts on the entire thing. Could I have done something different? Should I have seen signs and everything? So that the issue of him not only carrying the weight of the loss of Joe, but also, and I think wrongfully, also carrying a bit of weight on the am I a little bit to blame as well, is what I really got into and tried to make my point of why I disagree, or why I think he shouldn't. Now, this is factor A, why this video you're about to see now exists. Factor B is last night I went out with my best friend Flo. You've seen him on the show, and he lives a little bit outside of Hamburg. A little bit? No. And with my not being able to drive right now, it took me about 90 minutes to get from his house to mine. And this is like 11 o'clock, to like 11, 12 p.m.-ish. And yes, we're old fags because this is Saturday night. I'm sorry for using that term. It's just something that happens on a channel which is name I can't use. It's in B, and if you know, you know. It's a term. I'm not having any background thoughts when I use it, but I'll try not to because it's dumb. Anyways, old people, yeah, it's between 11 and 12 p.m. So what I do is I know I'm gonna have to sit on this bus for an hour and a half. I put on my Amazon Music, and apparently, like, I must have set some setting or clicked some button that says, let's do like the last decade of stuff you, Rob, have listened to and we know you like, algorithm. And all of a sudden it pumps a track that I have history with, let's put it this way. And it's going to be the one I'll be reacting to right now. So the combination of those factors, that 3 days ago, Ren happens, and I have a standpoint on it. Yesterday, last night, Frank Turner, Long Live the Queen, happens out of nowhere, out of the blue, without my active giving it thought and doing it, or clicking it or whatever. And the combination of those is what makes for the thumbnail and the title of the video, because I think, let me do the asterisk right now already, I know it's not comparable 100%. The situations we're going to be describing in this song with what is happening to Ren, or has happened to Ren. But at the end of the day, below the line outtake from the thing we're going to be seeing now is something I would love to. Of course, I know he's not going to watch my reaction, But I would love to be in discussion and interaction with you guys that maybe watch this. And, find out if you agree when I say this is something Ren should see. Because the outtake of, yes, a different situation is something that I think would lift his spirit majorly. And that's why we're doing this. So, with that being said, you have, of course, guessed it. It can't be a first-time reaction or first-time hearing. I know the song. I love the song. I know the dude. I love the dude. I even have a tattoo of artwork of his. So, yes, I know the song. But I have stepped away from it a couple of years ago because something comparable happened to me, and I was unable to take the perspective that Frank is offering and suggesting in this song that we're about to see. Now, with that being said, we're drinking Coke. Cheers, guys. And there's a second one that I will do after this, and shouts out and hello to Karen Taylor, aka Adam Fan always. Look, the tab's already open, so we're going to be doing Zombie Fight Falling in Reverse after this. But what I do think also is I'll do a second Frank Turner one called Substitute that is sort of... I'll explain when we get there. So what we will be doing is I will expose you to like anyone that's never heard of him, or I will share my thoughts on Frank Turner's Long Live the Queen with everyone that knows the song and is here because it has read the title, reaction to. But you guys that came here to see a Frank Turner reaction exclusively, I am trying to put it in context with the Ren, topic of the week, and at least on my channel, and try and take something out of it and share with you guys what I think. And I'm very interested to learn whether or not you agree, or if you think Rob is just being weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this and let it ring for a couple of seconds, and then I'll take you full screen after I've adjusted my audio levels. Frank Turner, Long Live the Queen. It has 2 million views only, and it's 14 years old, and I think the dude is just so underrated. But that's a different story for a different day. Right now, I will give you 2 or 3 bullet points to start this off with, so you can, as we are listening to it, try and follow along with this this grander thought of mine. This is someone describing loss. And yes, it is not comparable, because this is somebody, Frank Turner describes the situation of his friend, and she is hospitalized, and she had been sick, and everyone's known it. And we now find out her days are numbered, and it's going toward the end. And the end happens within the song, and that's where I think here is when the outtake toward Ren starts to happen. How he deals with it and what he decides to do with the fact that she's gone. Yes, he also asks himself, should I have been there more? It's moral questions here, and not should I have acted, like Ren is asking himself. So it is not 100% comparable. I realize it. What I am trying to get at, though, is when the thing is done with and, the facts are on the table, the hearse is buried. Unfortunately, Joe does not even have a hearse. The coffin, I mean. How do we cope and deal with, and how do we look at the situation for the rest of our lives as the ones that are still here? And that's where I think there's a lot in that, what Frank does for everyone, really, but specifically, and that's what triggered the idea to make this video for Ren specifically. All right, let's go. By the way, the quality of this is not going to be great. It is 4:3, still old format, TV format, and it's 14 years old, and I think it never was premium quality when initially uploaded, but that does not matter at all. It is about the words of the song. Let's roll.
I was sipping on a whiskey when I got the call. Yeah, my friend Lex was lying in the hospital. She'd been pretty sick for about half a year, but it seemed like this time the end was drawing near. So dropped my plans and jumped the next London train. I found her laid up and in a lot of pain. Her eyes met mine, and then I understood that a weather forecast wasn't looking too good.
By the way,
what is comparable though between these two artists, without any situation being described, is the usage of the lingo, right? Frank also has this way of putting things poetically and, painting pictures for you with words by saying, her eyes met mine, and then I understood that her weather forecast wasn't looking too good. It's like, wow. Flames. We need horns for that. For the lyricism ability of this man also. I am a fan, by the way.
So sad and funny stories are a little laid up, is drawing near. So drop my plans and jump the next London train. I found her laid up and in a lot of pain. Her eyes met mine, and then I understood that her weather forecast wasn't looking too good. So sad and funny stories are a little wild. Tried to raise a mood and tried to raise a smile, but she silenced all my ramblings with a shake of her head. Drew me close to listen, this is what she said now. You live to dance another day. It's just now you'll have to dance for the two of us. So stop looking so damn depressed. Sing with all your heart. The queen is dead, yeah, she told me.
Moment of silence for that chorus, right? So Lex, his friend, he gets a call. She's in the hospital. Of course, he packs his bags, hops in a train, goes to visit her because he knows she's been sick for a while. This isn't, well, what's wrong? She wasn't hit by a car or anything. No, she'd been sick and it was known. He hops on a train, goes to London, visits her, tries to be funny and, do the whole, haha, oh, hey, how's it going? And I did this and this. And she's like, she silenced all my ramblings with a shake of her head, drew me close, and listen, this is what she said. And then he quotes her, and she said, you live to dance another day. It's just now you have to dance for the two of us. Swallow that, right? And the awareness, self-awareness of Lex here, right? All hats off to this. And, without being, I'm dying, man, I'm dying, I'm afraid. She's like, no. Dude, let's face it, don't be the clown. We don't need clownism anymore. Here's what I want you to do. You need to dance for the two of us from now on. All right? Yeah, and this is not, again, comparable with Ren, right? There was never conversation about this. And still, we are not at the point that I'm getting at in terms of coping and dealing with the end result, being the friend isn't here anymore. But this is me shining a light on why I love the song. Songwriting again and fucking shit. It's a tearjerker for sure. I love this chorus. And it will change throughout the song. And then we'll get something that is spirit lifting, and that's what I'm actually the core of what I'm getting at. Let's go.
It's another day. You live to dance another day. It's just now you'll have to dance for the two of us. So stop looking so damn depressed. Sick of all the hospital food, of doctors, distant relatives draining her blood. She said, I know I'm dying, but I'm not finished just yet. Yeah, I'm dying for a drink and for a cigarette.
Shit. And then for someone to be able to take the whole awkwardness, the whole fuck lump in the throat situation and feel out of it and go, I am just sick of this shit, man. I can't stand this hospital food anymore. And she's like, I'm dying, yeah. I'm dying for a drink and a cigarette. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I know I'm dying, but I'm not finished just yet. Yeah, I'm dying for a drink and for a cigarette. So we hatched a plan to book ourselves a cheap hotel, the center of the city, and to raise some now lay waste to all the clubs. And then when everyone else is on their sleep, then we'll know we're good and done.
like the videography of it, it's as simple as can be. He's on a stage, and all the musicians that have something to add to the song come in successively. Not the issue here, though. The idea, right, of, and then they hash a plan to book themselves a cheap hotel and raise some hell and stay out all fucking night in London. And he just kind of, sneaks her out of the hospital. And I just love that thought. I know you shouldn't, and it's like probably medically the worst idea ever, but shit. I would expect my friends to do that for me, right? If I felt like it, not forcefully. If I were like, nah, man, please just let me lay here, then not. But yeah, we'll sneak you out somehow. Put you in a wheelchair, put like a blanket over you, and pretend it's a carpet. That is fucking crazy. So yeah, they stayed out until everybody else was long good and gone. And now it's the situation, of course, the writing's on the wall, right? It will, and it now will change. And we're starting to get toward the point I'm trying to make. Note that in the visual, we get a party. What a homage. The last of the greats has finally gone to bed. So yes, she's gone.
Well, I was working on some words when Sarah called me up. She said that Lex had gone to sleep and wasn't waking up. And even though I knew that there was nothing to be done, I felt bad for not being there. And now, well, she was gone. So tried to think what Lex would want me to do at times like this when I was feeling blue. So gathered up some friends to spread the sad, sad news. And we headed to the city for a drink or two. And we sang, we live to dance another day. It's just now we have to dance for one more of us. So stop looking so damn depressed. Sing with all our hearts. Long live the queen.
That is what I was trying to get at. This last part of the song. So he gets the call. Lex had gone to bed and wasn't waking up. She'd gone to sleep and is not going to wake up. And then he says, and even though I knew that there was nothing to be done, I felt bad for not being there now that she was gone. It's understandable. But on the other hand, Lex would not have wanted him to sit by her bedside until she's actually gone and not take part in his own life anymore. And it shows in what comes next. He says, so I thought about what Lex would have wanted me to do in times like this when I was feeling blue. So I gathered up some friends and spread the sad, sad news. And we gathered in the city for a drink or two. And this, I think, is because Ren is also in his video not only saying but also putting in writing the inner circle of the gang. And he tells us that he's even afraid to call them and be in touch with them because it will always bring back the hard feelings of the loss of Joe. And here is where I think this is something that he could, if it touches him in a way it does me, he could embrace and kind of use as an example role model kind of thing. Joey is gone, and it's a completely different situation why he is, but now Frank and him are in the same situation. Their friend is gone. And I think the way Frank goes about this and copes with it and takes it to be something positive in his own and his friends' circle lives by going, she would have wanted us to not sit here and cry. She would have wanted us to go out and fucking go on a bender. This doesn't have to do with alcohol or, substances or anything. Just be gathered, be a group of friends, be there for one another, share emotional experiences and be together, as opposed to be in your room and cry all day. And add to the weight that you're carrying already, in brackets, Mr. Ren, my friend. And then he is also poetically, again, able to turn this around. The entire time we heard it, the chorus of the thing would go, you live, because this was Lex speaking, you live to dance another day. And now he turns it around, because now he has taken the perspective of him and his group of friends, and we're seeing them in the video, saying, we live to dance another day. It's just now we'll have to dance for one more of us. Lex, she will always be with us, but not physically. And in the other two choruses, he would ended up with, the queen is dead. And now in this last one, long live the queen. Also perspective change. This is what happened. But now, when we get together as this gang, she is really always going to be there. And it takes so much weight and makes the, yes, still sad loss of her so much easier to carry and cope and deal with. And that's the reason I am putting this song out into the open, because I think there's a lot in it. Not only just for the concrete situation why I've decided to do it, but basically for anyone that deals with it. And what do I take out of it? First, if I lose someone, I want to go about it like this. It's always easy to say this from an outside perspective until you're actually, involved in one. But also for myself, I would want to kind of take precaution that none of my friends goes into this, unhealthy sadness mode. I've said this once. I'm expecting my friends, like when I pass, that one of them steals my phone and at the funeral service uses my phone to text a WhatsApp to everybody in the damn church, of course under my name, saying, thanks for being here, it was grand. Things like this. I want it to not be a sad instant. I would love for it to be a party that celebrates what we had rather than the sadness of my passing. And it's this perspective change that I find super, super, A, healthy, B, it's in my personal life that experiences with friends will 99 out of 100 times be, we're not going to sit and play cards. In most instances, we're gonna fucking throw down and experience things together. Again, doesn't have to do with any alcohol or whatever. It's just we're not a group of guys to sit around and talk. We're a group of guys to be out in the fucking street and cause some shit. But again, on a general note, I think, Ren, this is something, if you want to take this in and maybe get over the aspect of I am in part responsible, because I've given you arguments for that. I'm not saying, Ren, listen to Rob here. I'm just saying, think about maybe using this as an instrument to also get back the group of friends that you once had and get over the hump of, it's weird speaking to one another because it's always going to be that thing. It is good that it's always going to be that thing. Get together and celebrate the fact that there is, the spirit of Joe, and cherish it and use it to be for laughing, for running in the streets naked, whatever, for things that will turn your present life around a little bit as well, because there isn't much you have to to be very happy over, except for the success, of course. I don't know. Underline and basic takeout, why did I do this? Check it out and consider the perspective this is taking. And with that being said, please, you guys, what do you think about it? Is it something that maybe we should try and push toward Ren and just put it in front of him? Or are you thinking, no, it's just way too different just from the setup of the situation here and here? let's discuss as always. And I would love for you guys to just continue to be as fucking awesome as you are. If you want to do me a favor, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.